Okay, we're here with some more no item runs. So I did take Goku's team and we went and obviously beat all the red zone stages. Not that it was too difficult, but I think it's still important to get stuff like this like on camera just so y'all could see how Goku's team does function. And I think, Goku's team is really powerful just to start into it, right? I mean, Warriors raised on Earth and then powerful comeback is a really strong combination. I can talk about maybe some alternate like options in a minute, but for now I want to talk about how we set up this team very importantly. And a big massive part is GT Duel, right? So the GT Goku and Vegeta, they can use the revival like standby skill. You could switch in over to the Super Saiyan Vegeta portion once this unit takes 5 attacks and is from the 4th turn, or if you're under 50% HP. If you meet one of those conditions, then you can basically go into Vegeta, and ideally you just kind of revive as soon as possible with this unit. Maybe in Broly you want to wait a little more because the final phase is AGL, but as long as you're able to get those hits on turn 5, you can, get the revival skill, which is really good. Obviously the issue with Goku though is that, like we say, we have GT Duel in slot 1, so there's like, turn 4, maybe turn 3, where this Goku may not be able to get his guard ability, and if he does it, he can definitely be caught, which is basically the only issue with Goku from what I personally found. And I find it very consistent to be able to get the revive skill off in general. I personally have always been able to get the ability, so that's really good. Now, you see, we're just gonna have Goku again taking as many attacks as possible, and over time he gets stronger and stronger throughout the battle. And once the revive skill is popped, again, it doesn't have to be him. I think a lot of people may be confused still. It is him or an ally. I don't even consider his standby when evaluating a unit, because you have the GT Duel standby, and this is a really good place to use it because we have AoE Broly here, and it's like AoE Broly, he wouldn't have necessarily killed this rotation, but this is a great spot to get the standby skill activated here, because, I guess in this situation, if Goku doesn't guard, he may have taken, a solid amount of damage, right, even though he's fairly built up. And then we could have the full guard ability and the additional super when we reach AGL Broly, which will just allow us to do a ton of damage. Along with that, Goku in this fight, one good thing is that he does have the nullification ability active, right? But you see we didn't guard there, but we did have the 50% chance to nullify Ki Blast super attacks, which did go through, which is another like important aspect in terms of this Goku. In the event where, he doesn't guard, if you're against a Ki Blast enemy, he can do the nullification here, but this is where we use the revive, Spirit Bomb, and it's like we win, right? At this point, it's just basically impossible for us to lose at this point because now our Gokus have guaranteed guard for the rest of the fight. I have a God Goku in the team. He's creating Rainbow Orbs for us. He's just a very strong tank unit. God Goku since day one has been really good for this fight. We have STR Piccolo on the team. We don't have like, movie hero units for his reduction, but he's still actually fairly tanky, right, with the guard ability. Guard does make characters quite tanky. Pat the Pirate Kid Goku is, honestly, I think it's him or Krillin is this guy's best friend. Pat the Pirate Kid Goku is so good next to this guy because even though he doesn't directly support him with the stats, giving him the 8% damage reduction and sharing 5 links with them is huge. Like those 5 links, like All in the Family especially, really good links there. We also have Krillin on the team. Krillin does get the different damage reduction depending on, if you before he attacks, he has a 60%, and after he has a 40%. We kind of do have to hide him here though because I think AGO Broly would do quite a lot of damage. Goku here nullifying Broly's super attack, so it doesn't even matter, and then doing almost an 11 mil attack stat. He's gonna do another one guaranteed, and then he has his guard super attack, which is a great chance, but fairly often you'll be able to get it off, right? Goku's just like, look at him go right here. It's pretty stupid. GT Duo, even like transformed with them, they still have the 50% reduction. Once they super attack first, they're able to really tank quite well, even against type disadvantage. So no worries about them. And I mean, that's pretty much the team, comp, Krillin supporting Goku. I guess some other options you could run. Let me bring up the category real quick here. So we have Earthbred fighters, right? I mean, you could run Yajirobe here. I think you can get away with them. He'll have type advantage at the end. He just can't dodge Carnival Goku, you know, if you aim for the ride with him, if you're on global, you could use him over the GT Duo and like all these runs basically. And more or less it'll be the same. It'll obviously be more difficult because he's not as good, but still. Carnival Goku I think is a really, really good option here. He's also, he can counter now this fight, so that's really, really good for Carnival Goku. Ajo LR Gohan you can get away with. You could run Superhero Piccolo on this, and like with him on rotation with STR Piccolo. Physical Ultimate Gohan actually links really well with this Goku, and he can again nullify Ki Blast super attacks, a 50% chance. So if you nullify, he just takes 0 damage, right? Let's see, who else here could you realistically run? Tech World Tournament Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, he's good. Tech Ultimate Gohan, good option. You can even probably get away with Pan, that's fine. Goku has same lineage, right? So you can definitely get away with Pan. I mean, Piccolo Jr. himself, right, you could use on this team. So those are the couple of options right here for Broly. Kind of want to shy away from STR. Physical God Goku, again, another really good option that I haven't even used in any of these runs, actually. There's like, this team is so ginormous, and Powerful Comeback itself, like Tech, Powerful Comeback, has some options. Like there's the Tech Bardock, you could be okay in here. Maybe Tech Super Saiyan Vegeta you can get away with, but that's pretty much it for that one. Now we're back on to Omega Shenron. And Omega Shenron is actually obviously the easiest like final boss in the red zone right here. But Tech Goku is pretty good here because he actually does lower attack on his super attack. So considering he's like doing multiple super attacks within the turn, you could just very easily debuff this first phase and there's no issues. I guess the only issue here is that my cord, like there's gonna be like, you know, 1 or 2 sections where the cord gives up into like a little through halfway, but I was able to fix it and the rest of the runs are perfectly fine. I actually did this one before the Broly fight, but I put Broly first because I think, you know, I think Broly is just gonna be a better thing to see first, right, just to give a general breakdown of the team. Now here, I did run a little bit of a different setup. I do have Tech Yajirobe, him being able to dodge here and provide that off-rotation support, even though he is type disadvantage, I think it's perfectly fine, right? Tech Yajirobe, really strong options overall for this team that you could run a lot. I also did bring Jackie Chun this time. Jackie Chun is actually a 50% world tournament supporting it. And like every time I like, you know, close the app right there, like you see the screen cut off, right? So every time I close the app, like I try to fix it. But Jackie Chun is really, really good here with his reduction. He's supporting both Gokus, right? He's also supporting Krillin as well. So he's able to do quite good. And then he has his own 50% reduction. Since there's only one enemy, right? He's only Omega. He hits Omega with his Ultra Super Attack, and you're able to debuff him. Along with that, you know, Roshi actually, I said Roshi, but Jackie Chun actually does have an extra link that no other unit pretty much has, right? The World Tournament Champion is what the link's called. It does give 2 key and 10% defense, which, you know, it's pretty nice, right? But usually you're going to have this Goku in slot 1 anyways. And again, like, as soon as I got the revive, I just use it. It doesn't matter, especially for this fight. Goku getting his guaranteed guard before the final phase, I think it's not really important because Omega can't really super you like that. But I think it'll be good to get. And then we also have, again, even though he only has a high chance to guard, he still can have a high chance to guard. And this fight, he has, again, like I said, the nullification upper threat up against Broly, but he can nullify this guy's super attack, right? And being able to nullify the Shinchoran super is still important because Shinchoran does still hit for about 1,000,000 damage on a super attack there. So I decided to use the, again, revive skill here. I was going to push him off rotation anyways. I kind of wanted to keep Krillin with Goku, so this just ends up working out here, and then we can just get to the end phase. The only, like, I guess, worry about the end phase is, I'd say Jackie Chun if he had to take a super attack, but the GT duo, like, since they're going to be on rotation with Goku against the end phase, right, GT duo would be able to handle that with, because they'll get the extra 8% reduction from the physical Goku. I guess Yajirobe could have an issue, right? If, like, you know, well, even if it's just one attack at the end, that's the super, Yajirobe will guaranteed survive that because he guaranteed survives one attack, right, during the turn. But if it's like 2 attacks and then he takes the first attack and then he doesn't dodge the second one, then that's like also worrying. But yeah, right here we're fine. Again, we're getting a lot of support here, 90% support from Krillin and Jackie Chun here. My Goku is pretty much, like, he still has a long way to build up as well. Like, having to take 10 attacks is just a lot to ask for. But but he doesn't even need the full build up to be like really good. You saw his defense there was super high, and right here he's doing, just look at the damage he's doing, super effective against all types. Like, this is insane, and he's still building up damage. Like, it's just, what a dumb unit. This guy, once he revives, he just really stupid. Like, I just don't know what to tell y'all. This dude is just actually crazy. But there's not really much else to say for Omega, honestly. No, that's pretty much it. I mean, Path to Power Kid Goku. If you're running like Hotshine on the team, you could debuff with Path to Power Kid Goku. Again, alternate options, LR Ultimate Gohan could work really well. You could honestly run LR Goku Piccolo. I think there will be a fine option there. Prime Battle Krillin's easy is upcoming. I think you can get away with him, although he's not really that great, right? You could definitely get away with him. I talked about him before, but Ejo Carnival Goku. You could probably even get away with LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Ejo Gohan, UI Goku, AGL. You can get away with him as well. There's like a couple options, you know. AGL Kid Gohan, you could definitely get away with him in these red zone stages. He has to heal, like Orange Piccolo. Like, again, just this team is so expansive. There's just so many options. So I'm just gonna list like the type advantage options. Again, God Goku, Tien is another really good shot you could run here. Physical Piccolo when he gets his EZA. Yeah, there's too many to name, man. This team is so expansive, and if you're looking at powerful comeback specifically, want to get a nice easy revive with type advantage, Physical LR Metal Cooler, you could easily run him here. And Physical LR Metal Cooler will be able to get you a pretty free and easy revive against the STR phase. And, you know, you don't have to worry about like, oh, you know, am I taking these 4 attacks? I'm under 50% HP with like the GT Duo. It's not that bad to worry about that, but, you know, it's like something much easier. So now we're against Metal Cooler Core here, and I brought pretty much the same team I brought against Broly. So right here, I couldn't put GT Duo in the first slot, unfortunately. The GT Duo, they have to super attack to build up their reduction. So if they're in the first slot right there, we would have instantly died. Krillin was definitely the best spot there, but we had been able to get, I think we got the Kid Goku support right there. So Krillin was able to eat that pretty well, and now GT Duo was able to get 2 supers. Only the 20% reduction right there, but that's fine, right? They're still able to like be okay. So now like next turn, hopefully we can get 2 more hits in with them, and then we would be able to, you know, activate the revive once they return. Now the trickiest spot about this is that since they're only able to take, you know, 2 of those attacks right there, we couldn't technically revive on like that 3rd turn. What will happen is that there's going to be this turn upcoming right here where we have this Tech Goku, God Goku, and then we also have the Path to Power Kid Goku. If Goku doesn't guard on that turn, then if he gets supered, we're screwed. But that's why like you kind of want to have a dodge mode with Goku for situations like this. It's a niche, but that turn through with Goku is very similar to like the Year 7 LRs when they were out. That turn through is pretty, like, you can get cooked on turn through with them. Like, you know, if you're against like Tech Broly, even S-tier Shinshan run, right, they could, there's that open spot right there. But besides that, at the very least, he still has the chance to guard there, which I think is quite helpful. So right here, we're able to get the 2 extra attacks, and keep in mind, the Metal Cooler also did get debuffed a couple of times. Krillin lowers attack, and like I said, the Goku's lower attack. So we had, you know, the Tech Goku do his double super, the My Goku do his 1 super. He was lowered attack like 4 times. He's not really going to do much damage to us. And now these guys have their basically max reduction built up right here. So even if they have to take a super, it would easily be double digits. And honestly, if they took a super right there, that could have been beneficial to us to ensure 100% that we die with Vegeta. Because since he's type advantage, and if you take like 1 normal, there's like the chance he doesn't die, right? But here's the turn I was talking about where I was like, okay, this is a little scary, and he got sealed. Him being sealed doesn't affect his defense, but it means like we're not gonna be able to, like, how to explain it? I can't find the words. It's like we're not gonna be able to get the attacks off, and he does a lot of damage. I realized a little too late. I was like, okay, I kept Path to Power Goku in that slot instead of the God Goku, and it's like if you super Path to Power Goku, I would have died, probably, right? But you see Goku right there with the guard active. He did tank the super attack. Again, I will 100% say if it wasn't guarding right there, he would have died, but he did guard, so he's a go, right? That 50% chance did come in clutch. If he did not get that 50% chance, that was death, right? fact, the part Kid Goku not getting super is fine, but he was actually able to take double digits from this core post super, which is pretty impressive, right? So now we have the revive skill we could use here, but dude, my Goku keeps getting sealed. That was so annoying. I was like, okay, well, I'm just not. He just doesn't want me to do damage, I guess, right? I wish they add a standby skip, by the way. Right now, we don't actually have a standby skip, and it's like, well, no, we're just gonna have to sit here through this, and it's like really, really annoying. But it's fine. So I had Krillin go first. I gave Goku that, and then we gave Vegeta those AGL key spheres. I didn't really want to heal with same type orbs, just so I can make sure we die right. It's kind of the point of it. And we already with the full heal as well. So yeah, Krillin took quite a lot of damage there. I mean, my Krillin is only free dupe, right? So that's the thing. But yeah, like Goku didn't have his guard there, and he took a lot of damage from the cooler core right there. Since he wasn't built up, that Goku's like floating around, which if we didn't have like the revive skill here, we might have died, right? Alright, so there's the revive. Vegeta is just, doing his thing, I guess. And we pretty much win, right? The GT Duo do a lot of damage with their, revive skill, even if it doesn't like crit. Obviously the finish skill is still type advantage, so with it being type advantage, you're able to handle yourself pretty well there. Bam, and we did actually get a crit there, which did a lot of damage to us. Piccolo got sealed, and it's like, okay, it doesn't matter that Piccolo gets sealed. 8 key spheres with Kid Goku. We were able to get actually 4 rainbow key spheres with him as well. So it's like, okay, if he supers Kid Goku, I think he actually would have lived here. Dokkan Fist Kid Goku if he did actually get super, but look at this. This guy, basically 14 mil, super effective, and then doing another 14 more than 7 mil, super effective, and then he's like the tankiest unit in the game. Come on, look at how stupid he is. Like, are you kidding me? And then he would have taken like double digits damage from the medical chorus. Absolutely insane guy. This guy is really, really fun, is what I'll say for sure. He's quite a adoring unit to use. I didn't even talk about like alternate options, but it's funny, like you use the same characters. And right here for this final one is the Cell Max boss event here. This one I kept at this normal speed the entire time instead of like, slowing down, because there's technically no final phase. Like, this is the phase here. I did bring back Yajirobe and then Jackie Chun here. I think that Yajirobe is actually going to be really, really good here because Cell Max doesn't really do that much damage anyways on the super attacks. And I think Yajirobe's dodge does like take to a big effect here because he could possibly dodge multiple supers even. So I wasn't really worried about Yajirobe here, and him providing the extra 20% support to the other teams, not other teams, other rotations will be helpful for the fact where, okay, well, now our units on this other rotation are going to be tankier since he can super like on all 3 spots. It doesn't do as much damage, but he can super in all 3 of the spots. Having the extra defense will be helpful to spread our defenses, just like how he spreads his super attacks, right? That's kind of my thought process there. Yeah, Joby's so good. Funny enough, I've never gotten his sensu bean ability. But just in case, we always have the sensu bean in the back pocket. But yeah, you see here, Yajirobe didn't take too much damage, type of managed to be healed at the end, and we're looking good. So at this point, this Goku has his first turn of guard. We kind of want to aim for like GT Duo, maybe getting the revive skill. I did heal here. I don't know. Oh yeah, there it is. So there's my dodge build and Goku coming in clutch. That actually I hit my leg on the chair. You might have heard that. Low key, it's like that might have technically hurt us because we weren't able to get under 50% maybe for the GT Duo. But at the same time, if Krillin takes a lot of damage, or if this Goku was able to take some damage right there, right? I mean, he ate that pretty well, but that was after he had 40% defense. Actually, 60% defense, because the guard activates like when it's attacking. So I think the defense, does the defense go through before the attack hits or after, or like before after dodge, right? I'm not sure. Roshi did dodge there as well. Like the dodge build, we still saved a lot of damage, right? And Goku's defense at this point is probably high enough to still tank even without like the guard ability up. Like, I don't know if I show his defensive stat here. I think I was able to get 5 orbs, not 7 orbs, but it did suck a little, but it's fine. We're type disadvantage, I guess, right? So this probably would have done a lot of damage if we weren't guarding. We took it for double digits, so like, there you go. Right? We didn't even have All in the Family up active, so At this point, Cell Max can't really do much to us because, like, next rotation we have Yajirobe again. We have the support with the Krillin. Red Zone Cell Max with this team is actually really, really easy because Goku has that one turn of guard, which allows him to really build up. And then that's your slot 1 units right there. Then you have Goku and Vegeta, who's able to build up quite fast with a reduction if you get them the max key. Kid Goku supporting like that. Roshi does have to build up a little, but we're able to get him with type advantage. Yeah, Jirobe kind of could be just a little scary, but again, we got him with type advantage as well. So I think like Tech and EGO units, not Tech and EGO, Tech and Int units are actually really strong for the Cell Max event because the first phase is, you know, you have type advantage in there, right? So that's good. And then he doesn't go physical until the very like last phase. He goes Tech, AGL, STR, physical. Actually, no, then Int as well, right? I guess I gotta keep that in mind, but like that's basically what turn 4 he goes physical. So Int units are at an advantage. Tech units aren't really too much at a disadvantage, right? So that's good. And then now again we have Cell Max just kind of doing his thing right there. At least that's how I think it works. So that's how it should work, right? He doesn't go random typings. He follows a cycle. All right, and yeah, next turn we'll get the revive against physical. I think it would be physical Cell Max that we have next turn. Ouch, yeah, we took quite a lot of damage there, but again, he did dodge. That's where he said the dodge can come in clutch like that. But he took a lot. But now we're able to get the revive here with Roshi on rotation, so Roshi wouldn't get like actually obliterated. But that's pretty much it there. We revive and we win. I feel like I don't have to explain anything much anymore. Again, other options here: Kai Goku, Orange Piccolo. You could even run S tier Blue Gogeta LR. I didn't really talk about him, but you could run a rotation of both Blue Gogetas, right? You could run, you know, LR Blue Gogeta and then the AGO Blue Gogeta, or you could just even run Gogeta like as a floating unit on the team. S tier Blue Gogeta, I think he'll be a really, really good floating option as well. But that is pretty much it there. So I'm gonna let the rest of the video play. Let me know what y'all think about this, you know, team. I think really, really good. I think that Goku, best TUR. I like him a little over Piccolo Jr. I'll have Piccolo Jr. up as well today, but that's it. I'll catch you next time. Peace out.